What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Comic Lads. Today we're doing another video leading up to Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Today we're going to be talking about our most wanted heroes slash spider allies that we want to see introduced in this game. I'd really like to see in this game like more of Spider-Man steeped in the Marvel universe. So a little honorable mention here, not really a superhero, but a great Spider-Man supporting character. I'd love to see Robbie Robertson, especially if we're going to be seeing more of Jonah and the Daily Bugle in this game. He's such a great kind of foil to Jonah's like kind of constant antagonistic energy towards Spider-Man.
I love too like the connection that he has with Jonah is that like he works for Jonah. Jonah's always ripping into Spider-Man. And Robbie's kind of like the cooling deterrent that like, you know, is like, he's not as bad as you think he is, you know what I mean? And I also like the iterations where they kind of play with the fact that Robbie might know Peter's secret identity, but keeps it, you know what I mean, to protect him.
I heard Spider-Man was there.
Exactly. Like,
so good.
Robbie Robertson is just a character that I think is an underrated fan favorite that if he made an appearance would just warm our hearts. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Agreed.
Okay, so getting down to the actual top 5 characters, the number 5 is another civilian character. Again, is just a very underrated character that doesn't get enough love. I feel like he's always at his best when he is just in his civilian form, and that is Flash Thompson. We've always loved Flash Thompson when he's in that kind of like frenemy state with Peter, where he's like, he's a shit guy, but you know that his heart's in the right place. Yeah.
He takes out everything that was like kind of put on him as a kid on Peter, but he loves Spider-Man. It's such a cool dynamic that you never see, I feel, with these other superheroes. Oh, it's so great.
And I feel like his love of Spider-Man with Peter getting the black suit can make a really endearing cutscene where where Spider-Man might be like wailing on a criminal and Flash is like rejecting that version of him completely and being like, that's not Spider-Man.
They did this kind of in Spectacular where when Pete is being an asshole with the symbiote, Flash is the one that calls him out, and it's kind of like a wake-up call where he's like, it's like the worst person in the world that bullied me for my whole life calling me an asshole. Like, maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, I love that. Like, if Flash Thompson is making sense, like something
what
must
am
be
I
wrong.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I agree.
And, you know, I don't necessarily want him in a big supporting side character role. I think we're going to have a lot of that with Harry as this kind of like old friend. But I definitely think as a very, you know, minor side character, he would be really, really cool and add a lot of depth to this struggle that Peter's going through with the black suit.
Agreed. All right, down to the nitty gritty. Superheroes. First one we really want to see is Luke Cage. I am so down to see this guy. I feel like he doesn't get enough love anymore since the Netflix show was canceled. Such a great opportunity to put him in with like Harlem. He could be introduced in like a Miles specific mission or a Pete specific mission, whatever you want to do. He's just such a great street level character that like speaks for the people and isn't like up there with the Avengers and the fucking Captain Marvels and whatever. Like he's a hero for the little guy.
A story with them two teaming up would be something that we haven't seen too much of, but I feel like we should see more of.
Agreed.
The third character we want to see, this might press a few people because I'm assuming a lot of people on their list would want to have this character very high above, you know, at the number 2 or number 1 slot.
Yeah.
But it is actually Daredevil. Daredevil, I feel like, is the character everyone thinks of first when they think of a Spider-Man team-up story.
Yeah, it's the most, like, no-brainer pick.
Yeah, definitely. They both have similar, you know, colors, similar villains with their, you know, shared hatred of Kingpin and wanting to take him down. And again, another street-level hero that just works really well with Spider-Man's more kind of upbeat chemistry.
Contradictory to how I feel about like the first game, I really wasn't a fan of the DLC expansions that they did. I thought they were kind of lackluster besides like the suits. The suits are really cool, but the story with Hammerhead, I wasn't really a big fan. But like, I would take an entire expansion about Spidey and Daredevil versus Kingpin. Like, I'm paying for that. Like, you got my money so quick. I think that would be the best, like an expansion post-launch.
Yeah, it could be really cool. And actually, when you mentioned that, I had an idea also that they're incorporating all these dual team takedowns with Miles and Peter. It could be really sick if they did a little bit of extra work and, you know, had Daredevil be incorporated in these dual team takedowns. I think that could be really, really cool, both in the narrative and gameplay wise.
That would be sick. All right, number 2. This is kind of like a cheat because it's 2 characters or 4 characters, depending how you think of it. I really want to see someone from the Fantastic Four, preferably Johnny or Reed, Human Torch or Mr. Fantastic, because I feel like they're the 2 characters that are closer to Spider-Man in terms of like their friendship. Pete's best friend is arguably like Harry or Flash, but in the superheroes, it's 100% Human Torch. And I would love to see like a little bit of their friendship. I don't know why, I just really want to go to the Baxter building and have Reed Richards like tell me what this suit is.
Yeah, and make the bombastic Spider-Man suit like
dude,
canon to this universe.
Yes.
Like, you get rid of the black suit and Reed Richards gives you a fucking...
Johnny gives it to you.
Oh, it's true. Johnny gives you a paper bag over your head and a Fantastic Four outfit. Even if it was just like a little tiny cutscene where you see him riding the Metro and that, it's an opportunity that Spider-Man fans just need to see. Okay, so our number 1 pick
is actually 7 characters.
This is a bit of a cheat, guys, but
it's such a cheat.
We were talking about it as we were making the plan for this video, and we couldn't land on one specific character out of the Avengers. Before you start typing your hate comments,
yeah, relax.
Listen, guys.
I don't want to see all 7 of them.
We don't want to see all 7. We don't want some crazy plot where, you know, Peter's working with the Avengers and it's like the Avengers game and you're like running around with Black Widow, you know, beating up characters and things like that. One way that they could really showcase what's special about Spider-Man is have a character from the Avengers maybe approach him. You know, they could do the original run in the 60s where the Avengers approach him and try to, you know, task him to do some different missions to evaluate him as a possible member of the Avengers.
I would love that. And I think it's such a great opportunity to show them and to show how different they are in terms of the stuff that they deal with in the Marvel Universe. Like, Spider-Man deals with all the dirt and the grime on the ground that the Avengers are above. You know, the Avengers aren't saving someone who got their purse snatched. They're dealing with alien invasions and stuff. So I feel like it would be a great opportunity to also show maybe at the end of some mission, like Spider-Man's battered and he just beat this villain, and then like the Avengers come in like once everything's done and they're like, oh, we're here to help, and Spider-Man's like, yeah, you guys are like too late, and like showing how they're kind of too far above everything.
You actually bring up a good point, is that they show it almost in a way that doesn't make it like a team up, almost more like, guys, like what like the fuck are you guys doing in the Avengers Tower? Like, you have this massive tower overlooking the city, and yet a giant like black alien goob monster Venom has like wrecked Times Square. Like, yeah, where are you at?
Like, what are you guys like fighting Thanos? Like, I doubt
literally.
I don't want to say I'd want to see anyone from the Avengers, either Iron Man or Cap. I think
for sure.
I think Spider-Man is gonna have a lot of people in this game that are against him, and I think Cap would have his back more than Iron Man, and he would know like, dude, something's up with him. Like, he's not. This isn't him.
You're so right. Cap is the type of guy to have a heart-to-heart talk and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Iron Man would just be like, oh, you're evil now, let me like unibeam you. You know, literally. Let me blast you into a billion particles.
Yeah, let me like sonic boom you to death.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. And
that's a good point.
I don't expect to see him. Like, no way.
Yeah, there's no shot.
Literally no chance in hell.
None of these characters are gonna appear in the game.
But that sucks to say, because Spider-Man's in the Marvel Universe. Whether you guys like it or not, show me that he's in a shared universe with these other characters. That's all I want.
I agree.
Alright guys, so that's it for our list of essential heroes / allies that we want to see in Marvel Spider-Man 2.
If you guys are hyped for Spider-Man 2, there's so many things that we want to see, so many things that we're excited for. Smash that like button.
Smash it!
Smash it right now. Go down and click the smash.
We can't keep that in. Let us know in the comments if you agree with our thoughts, if you disagree, what other heroes you'd want to see, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching.